This video goes over how to get and use both types of coding IDEs in Botball. So the first coding IDE is the software IDE, which you download on your computer. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, and that is the place where you write and compile your code so you can put it on your robot. So the first one you get by going to botball.org, and then when that loads, you hover your cursor over the Team Resources drop-down menu and you click on Botball Software. And it doesn't matter if you're signed in or out or not, it's still going to be there. Then you scroll down, the drop-down hardware software link is still going to be there. So then you scroll down a little bit until you get to the Kipper link 2013 through 2015, and at the bottom of the entry you'll see 4 links, and you click the one that is for you. I use Windows, so I'd click on the Windows link, and when that loads you'll see I'm using Windows 10, so I would click on Download KISS Platform for Windows, and then I click Run, and then I'd say yes, and I download it all, but I already have it downloaded, so I don't need to download it again. So you'll do that, and then when you download it, you can click on it, and this is the home page of it, and you'll really be using New Project and Open a lot, not so much these two, but you'll click on New Project either here or up here, so I'm going to click on it right here, and it'll bring up the same pane, so it doesn't matter. So then I'm going to name my project test code. And when you're naming this project, this first window, this is making the folder in which your code is going to be in. So I use the format of uppercasing the first letters in each word. And I'm going to save it on the desktop. Great, so you can see it. I'm going to new file, that's fine. Great, oh, there it is, there's the file. Now I'm going to name it the exact same thing, test code, but with lowercase, because this is actually going to be the .c file. This is the C file where your code is going. And you could do it a couple ways, but I'm going to do hello world. This is the best way and easiest way to start off any code because it already sets up your file for you. And then I'll just click OK. Boom. And so it sets up the main function already, and it has return and everything and a little hello world. So if you ran that, it'd just print hello world to your brain screen. And that's how I would set it up right there. And I do Control S to save it. And this is your code file, and you can just start coding. Now, if you want to compile it, let's say I type some code, and I say like 0, 100, and 1, 100. And that'll just make the robot go forward for half a second. And I want to compile that to see if I made any errors. I'll click compile, and then it'll bring up this. You want to click my link simulator and click OK. And if it says, oh, there it goes. So this will pop up, and you don't need this. So just go ahead and minimize it, but don't close it. So then compile again, and compile succeeded. So I didn't do anything wrong. Let's say I take out a semicolon, so that's wrong. Compile. Oh, there is the error on, let's see. Yep, it says missing a semicolon. So that's how you do it. You'll click compile, do my link simulator, and minimize it because you don't really need it because it's kind of useless and worthless. So that's how you do that, and don't need that anymore. So that's the downloaded software. And now we'll go to the web IDE.
So when you initially turn your robot on, it won't have the blue light on, but the red light will turn on, meaning that the power's on. Then a little green light will come on, meaning it's starting up. And then after a while, when it finally boots up and is ready to use, maybe after 30 seconds or so, a blue light will come on, which means the Wi-Fi is working. But that doesn't mean the Wi-Fi is on yet, it just means it's getting ready to work. You might have to wait a couple minutes for the Wi-Fi on the robot to actually start up. So you'll need to go to your computer and click the refresh button on the Wi-Fi lots of times until it finally turns on. Your robot has a format of its name, which you can find in the About menu, And mine is, let's see, its SSID or name is 4846 Wallaby, and that's what's going to show up on your computer. And then it has this little password that you'll type in for the security code. So the blue light has turned on, and after a little bit, the Wi-Fi on the robot will start up, and you'll be able to connect to it on your computer. So then you'll just type in the password in the About section, and it'll connect. Then you go to your browser.
So after the Wi-Fi in your robot turns on, you go down to your Wi-Fi symbol and you'll look for your robot. Here's mine. So I'll just say connect automatically. I'll connect. I already typed the password in, so it's not asking for it. But if you're connecting for the first time, it'll ask for it. So you just type the password in. So it'll connect for a little bit, and then it'll say it's connected. And when it's connected, then you will go to your browser. Now it's going to say you're not connected to the web, but that doesn't matter because you're connecting to your robot. So there is a big long number that you need to type in so you can get to the web IDE. And that number is 192.168.125.1:8888. That is the number. Then you'll press enter and you will arrive at the KIPR software suite, or the web IDE as it's called. There we go. Okay, so now it's loading. It might take a while, but it loaded. So now I already have two programs on here, but we're going to make another new program to show you how it works. So you're going to click Add Project, and then it'll pop up, and you'll just decide on a name. So I'm going to say example code, and it's going to be in C. Great. So now it will pop up, and it looks similar to the software IDE, but it's online and you don't need any software. So then you just write some code. It's going to do some example code right here so you can see how it compiles. And 1, and half a second again, and compile it. Wait for it. There it goes, and it succeeded. Now, if you did something wrong, like left out a semicolon, and then you compiled it, it will say this, and it'll say you missed a semicolon. So it's really easy, actually. Yeah, so that's it for the IDE. I actually don't need this example code, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And yep, that's it for the online IDE. Now, there actually is another way to connect to the robot through an IDE. Like if your robot's Wi-Fi isn't working, what you can do is you can go to the exact same IDE, which I have it saved as a bookmark, which it should be 5. But here's the online IDE, right? But if you want to hard connect to it, there's a cable that comes with your robot, and you'll plug the USB side of the cable into your computer, and then you'll plug the other side of the cable into the robot, and there's a little port on the side of the robot where the USB ports are. On the brain, there's a port, and you'll plug the other side of the cable into that port, and instead of going to 125.1, you'll go to 124.1, and it says it's not, connecting because I'm not connected to it. But it'll be the same thing, except it'll be a hard connection in the online software suite. So that's it for both of the IDEs. You have the software that you can download in your computer, and you have the online IDE that you connect to with the Wi-Fi and that special address. So there you go.